Tina tato katoa. Good evening. Families of the Christchurch mosque attacks are hoping to finally get answers to questions they've been asking for 3 years when a full coronial inquiry takes place.
The coroner has laid out the wide-ranging scope to the inquiry, which includes a close look at all of the victims' final movements, a thorough investigation of online radicalisation, and whether the terrorist Brenton Tarrant was operating alone. Juliet Speedy reports.
Stunning and peaceful today at Al-Noor, a little over 3 years after the country's worst terror attack here, but still crucial questions linger.
We'll never get Hussein back. But what we can get back is the story.
And now details of what a coronial inquiry will look at is finally giving hope to victims and families to get the answers they need.
We're very pleased. We're absolutely very pleased.
Aya's brother Hussein was shot dead on March 15th at Al-Noor Mosque. She spent 3 years battling various agencies to get the answers.
The most important thing for my family is to understand Hussein's last movement.
The coroner will scrutinise the final movements of all 51 killed, how they died and whether any could have survived. Families have largely been left in the dark. Much of the Royal Commission was conducted in private because of security and defence interests of New Zealand.
There are a lot of questions in the community, and hopefully, inshallah, if God wills, this will be an opportunity to resolve those and bring closure to many families.
In the inquest, the coroner will also look at whether the terrorist had help from anyone else. Some present at the attack are certain he did. Brenton Tarrant's formal police interview, CCTV footage of the day and evidence from his weapons will be pored over. None of these have yet been made public. It will also drill down into the murderer's gun licensing process and online radicalisation, focusing on Tarrant's online activity between 2014 and 2017, an area that the Royal Commission didn't investigate. Coroner Bridget Winley has already used her powers and asked Tarrant to disclose where his crucial hard drive is and if any information was uploaded to cloud storage. Incredibly, the gunman's video recording of his attack on March 15th can still be found online.
It's still up. It's still up. The last time I checked, there's about a dozen of them still up on Facebook and Instagram.
This despite many attempts to make the internet a safer place, including the Prime Minister's Christchurch call. A big job ahead for the coroner. The inquest will be held in Christchurch, but the date is yet to be set.
Kia ora, Juliet. Wasn't the Royal Commission supposed to answer all the big questions around March 15?
It was, Mike, and it did answer a lot of questions, but there has been enormous frustration and upset from many of the families in the community about the level of detail they know about March 15th and the details leading up to it, because even if the information is available, much of it hasn't been made available to them. Many families are desperate to know exactly how their loved ones died that day. For example, were they shot while heroically trying to save other people? This kind of information really helps people in their grieving process. The other major difference between the coronial inquiry and the Royal Commission is that the questions and the evidence that will be put down in front of the coroner will be able to be questioned and cross-examined, and that makes an enormous difference to information flow. So this really will be a big step forward for the families in their grieving process, because this is information that they not only want but that they need.
Juliet Speedy live from Christchurch to Nakwe.